My real name is Ernest Lomotey. Every artist has a brush name or a signature, which I still use my name, Ni Lomotey. Ni is a Ghana name, which means king. Some people say every Ghana is called Ni. Yeah, it's true. Every Ghana is called Ni. And Ni Lomotey is my name because I want my name to be identical to my paintings. If you want direction, just that the mention of my name, you are going to find me if you are in Ghana, especially in Labadi.
You are welcome to Living Off Experience in Ghana. Today, I happen to be in the studio of one of the biggest artists in Ghana, and I'm so blessed to have him on Let's Start TV. Before I let you introduce yourself, the Chalewote Street Festival, that's where I met you.
Yeah.
Can you please elaborate a little bit about that culture, that street festival? What is it about? And how did you get yourself involved?
Oh, okay. So Chalewote, like the name says, it's a local dialect, like a word or statement. Chale, it's like a friend, like a Charlie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then Wote means let's go. So Chalewote means Charlie, let's go.
Oh, okay.
So
like my friend, let's go.
Yeah, my friend, let's go.
Okay.
So it's a street art festival which started in 2011.
Okay.
And this year being 2023 was the 13th edition that we had.
Okay.
And it's a street art festival where you find arts and then our culture on display. Our culture is like a living gallery where the human beings in it are the exhibits.
Okay.
And the way we live, the way we do our things are all artistic.
Okay.
That's why sometimes I say art is life.
Okay.
And then we are living it. So you have paintings there, you have fashion there, you have people who are creating in terms of jewelry, in terms of bags, slippers, and people who are also exhibiting their talent, like some skateboarding, motor riding,
Yes,
bicycle
I saw
stuff.
that. I saw
And
that.
one
It's
thing,
so amazing.
yes, and one thing that would not get missing is the dance, which is part of us. We the Ghanaians, dance is way of expressing that the vibration that the music brings. We like to react towards it, and so you find a lot of dance battles here and there, and the way we walk and the dressing inside the style,
it's so
the stylistic dressing. We sometimes see it and then we are even surprised. But all is art.
Man, I saw some challenge people, physical challenge people were playing football, soccer on the street.
Yeah.
I even asked someone, man, are they really disabled people? I was like, hey. I'm like, wow, that was amazing. I was like, wow, this is so amazing. Is it expensive to get yourself involved?
Chalewote is not expensive to get yourself involved. Every year, the organizer, Manche Ayikwe, they put a notice out there. There is a flyer that comes out which says call for artists.
Okay.
So if you want to join the festival, you all just have to apply. And it's free.
Okay.
He gives us free to apply. So before I joined them, we have the participating artists, and then we have the vendors.
Okay.
Now, I joined as a vendor in 2018, 2019, where you pay and then you are given a space to exhibit your paintings and then to sell. Then you are stationed at one point.
Okay.
But I realized I could do more. So in the year 2020, when I wanted to join as a participating artist, there was COVID.
Okay.
So they went virtual, so I decided to stay back.
COVID really spoiled a lot of things.
Yeah, so 2021, when they came back, I joined as a participating artist because I wanted to get involved. I wanted to be given a space to do the murals that we normally use to champion the whole show aside our paintings. And the participating artists, what they get, the benefit that they get is that they do the murals either on the streets, on the walls that are available, and at the same time, there is an exhibition held purposely for them.
Okay.
So like you met me in the Christianborg Castle,
Yes.
where we were having an exhibition. That's the Afwabi exhibition.
Yeah.
Where that exhibition is only for the participating artists.
Okay.
Those who are coming as vendors
Okay.
will only get to show their works at the stand that has been assigned to them.
Okay.
On the day of the event, which is on the street, which that is what I was doing before.
Okay.
But now, as a participating artist, you get to create your things either on the street, where you can use the street as a canvas,
Okay.
or we use the buildings as our supporting to paint. So that is the benefit that we get. So we create to tell the story. So the participating artists actually work in direction of the theme, which is guiding the whole Chalewote festival. Every year we have a different theme. This year is Magneto Motherland, and we were working in the direction of resistance.
Okay.
Yeah, based on our past. So that is how it goes.
Ooh. Wow, that is how it goes.
Like that. Last year we had a Brazilian muralist called Luna.
Okay.
This year we had another muralist from Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah, from Netherlands. Who is called yeah, he's from Netherlands. He came with a theme where they did a mural called the Ayalolo, where they had, after making the mural, they danced. They had a dance performance in front of it. So we always have people coming from. We also had one guy coming all the way from Senegal. So people come, and we also had a Nigerian artist.
Wow.
That was even a lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Wow. So it means this stuff that I'm seeing here, man, there's too much money involved, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of money involved.
So that means you are rich.
I'm rich. I'm rich because I have the product with me.
Amen.
Because I believe I'm going to sell them. When I sell them, then the money comes. Provided I've done them, I'm rich. Because there's a lot of money in making it. So when I sell it, I'm going to get it back.
There is a lot of money in making it. Can you please introduce yourself to the people watching you on Licht Up TV and how you got yourself into art?
Oh, okay. My real name is Ernest Lomotey. Every artist has a brush name or a signature, which I still use my name, Lomotey. Yeah, I'm an artist. I've been painting professionally or practicing for the past 10 years when I completed Ghana College of Art and Design in the year 2013. I practiced I was painting for about 3-4 years, where I said, no, I need to further my education. So I did my first degree as in Bachelor in Art Education at the University of Education, Winneba, which I completed in the year 2021. Did my national service as a teaching assistant at the same university because the lecturers gave me the opportunity to do that. Just when I was done with my national service, I'm doing my second degree again as a Master of Philosophy in Art Education, which you can see I'm diverting a little into academia. But I'm practicing as well because I believe if you are someone who is teaching, it should be something you really know, something that you practice. That way you should be able to teach well. Yeah, so I want to be an artist who can teach, not necessarily be a teacher, because I believe with my creations, with my talent, I'll pass it on. And I don't want to pass it on just anyhow or haphazardly, but I want to go through the systematic way of impacting knowledge. That's why I'm into academia and even doing my Master of Philosophy at the moment, because I want to change the narrative of how I was brought up as an artist. When I was in the secondary school, a lot of my teachers, they weren't practicing. They had the knowledge, but they were not practicing. I want to have the knowledge and at the same time the skill, so that when I'm training people, I'll train them in the right way. So currently, I'm doing my Master of Philosophy, and I'm still practicing and painting like I do.
Is it that easy to combine both like that, being an artist and being a teacher?
It's not easy, but it should be easy because you are doing basically the same thing. It's different from being an artist and perhaps working in a different field. All I'm doing is just teaching the same thing I'm practicing. So making them easier is sometimes I invite some of my students to my studio where I'm teaching them about the painting. By the time I'm done, I've given them the knowledge which I've taught them. At the same time, I'm halfway with the painting done. So it's the same thing. I think it's the easiest thing you could find. than to be an artist and then you're also doing something else. But what I'm doing is they're all in the same area. So that's what I do.
How does the society also see you as an artist?
Okay, for me, it wasn't difficult, let me say, because like I told you in the beginning, my family appreciates art.
Okay.
And it was easy for me in some way based on maybe the era in which I came to being.
Okay.
If I had been born, let's say, 50 or 60 years ago,
Okay.
I think my family will crucify me if I want to be an artist. Because let me give you a little education here as to how the art has evolved. Way back when the Africans, we were doing art for its functional purpose. We were not doing art for art's sake. We were connecting forms and function. So things that we have around us, we create the art to solve them. Most of our arts were functional. They were solving things. But the Westerners had the art for art's sake, which they appreciate art for its beauty. Its functionality is it pleasing the walls, its aesthetic purposes in terms of decorations, which because of that, they invest money into it. But because we were doing it for its functionality, we were not really thinking of it as a profession to make money out of it. So those who were into art by then struggled to make ends meet. Now, when the Westerners came to and got involved with it, they introduced the art for art's sake, where now we had art education, where art was even being taught at schools. So the pioneers who started the art in the same thing, I'll say they paved the way. They didn't leave it, they struggled, they kept on painting, working, and today we have even enjoyed and benefited them, that we are even, some of us are even able to sell our paintings. When you get a recognition where people get to see you and see the paintings that you're doing, and then they are buying your work, then you get to make some money for yourself. So, like I'm saying, in our era, it's easy. But in the era of my forefathers, it will have been difficult to say you want to be an artist.
Okay, thank you very much. And you're still live on Lakestar TV. Let me tell you something. Yesterday, I was actually reading something about art. Then there's an artist in Germany. All right, he said that art is spiritual. Do you agree with that?
I agree, art is spiritual.
How? Can you give me some explanation of how you feel like art is spiritual?
Art is spiritual because you fall in love sometimes with what you create. At the end of the creation, you find a part of your soul being part of the painting.
Okay.
Like me, I cherish all my paintings seriously because I see all my paintings to have my DNA. I have a palette knife where you can mix, I have a palette and a palette knife where I can mix my paintings. But as you see my hands, I normally mix my paints in my hands because I want to feel the texture. I want to see how thick the paint is. So I end up having some of my sweat or anything from me being part of it. That's why I always say I always have my DNA part of the paintings that I do. Now, when you finish the painting, it's like you are giving birth. That's I see all my pieces as my children. Because one thing as I do is I don't just paint. I try to put a spirit into the painting. Now, let me connect it to the Bible a little.
Okay.
When God created man, God formed the physical aspect of man and then breathed into man. He breathed the spiritual aspect of man into the physical aspect of man, and then we came to being. So what we are creating here is the physical aspect. Now, when I create my paintings or I start, I now think about it. I meditate on it, thinking about what next it needs. While I meditate, I give it life. I pray that, whoever is going to buy this painting to serve the person well. This belief that I keep thinking, meditating on, actually gives the painting life. So now when I find my painting damaged, I feel very bad.
You are attached.
Yeah, I'm attached. That is the spiritual aspect of it.
Okay.
Some people go beyond this spiritual aspect, but my spiritual aspect is putting the belief of the painting I have as to why I'm painting it to serve the purpose to the buyer in terms of pleasing the person's home and everything. This is the spiritual aspect of it.
Where does your inspiration comes from, actually?
My inspiration comes from around. Like I said, in our culture in Ghana, we are a living gallery.
Okay.
Where our lifestyle, everything we do are exhibits, artistic exhibits. So, like you look at someone's art, which you will be inspired. I look at our ways that we do our things, and I'm inspired. So, one thing that really inspires me is from how we are being nurtured to how we grow. So when you check my artist statement, I've written that I paint from the cradle to the riddle.
Hey,
The cradle,
explain.
yes, the cradle has to do with how I was brought up.
Okay.
The riddle has to do with the things that we uncover whilst we grow.
Okay.
Because now they are not straightforward. You need to think about it, put some two ends together, and then you are going to uncover it. With these riddles has to do with our beliefs, our values, the way we are being trained. But in terms of the way we are nurtured, I look at some of this. So you find me painting children sometimes. And then I paint our beliefs, which I have to turn it to be a riddle. Now, when you stand in front of a painting where the artist is not there, it becomes a riddle where you have to uncover the answer yourself. Sometimes it's straightforward. Sometimes it's so abstract that you have to keep going. So this is how I do my paintings. I'm inspired by the nature. The beauty of nature is art.
Of course.
But the beauty of art is creativity.
Oh,
so
okay.
that is how I
love that punchline. The beauty of art is creativity.
Yes.
That's a punchline right there.
Yeah.
How do you depict feeling into art?
How do I depict feeling?
Yeah.
I use colors
Okay.
to depict my feelings.
Okay.
Or what I normally do is representational forms or colors, because color is very symbolic.
Okay.
And everybody acts differently to a particular color.
Okay.
When you see your favorite color right now, the way you behave will change.
Okay.
So when you check my paintings, I'm very polychromatic. I paint many colors. All these colors are actually representing backgrounds, lifestyle, attitudes, people. So that is why you find them. Now, when you take the color symbolism red in our context or in terms of our culture, red stands for strength.
Yeah.
Red stands for vigilance.
Okay.
Red stands for courage.
Okay.
Red stands for danger as well. When you take a color like yellow, it stands for something which is ripe. It stands for riches. It stands for innocence.
Okay.
You take a color like green, it stands for femininity,
Okay.
or like a feminine figure. It stands for growth.
And healing.
It stands for healing. It stands for fertility.
Okay.
All this. Then we take a color like blue. So I use these colors to represent people and put feelings into my paintings. Feelings, normally. That's what I use colors for.
Wow. There are so many kinds of painting. I know we have abstract painting, oil painting, and a pencil, and all those stuff. What kind of painting do you do actually?
I normally do figurative abstract paintings.
Can you explain a little bit? I don't understand.
Yes, you see, when we say abstract,
Okay.
it is a non-representational form of art where it's the ideas that we have and then we represent them. So we have pure abstract and then we have semi-abstract. Pure abstract is the type of painting where you are going to see lines, forms, shape. You won't find human beings necessarily in the painting there.
Too difficult to
Yes,
understand.
they are the ones we call pure abstract. Yes, but when you come to semi-abstract, you'll be able to identify forms,
Okay.
figures, and some of those things. And I say I'm doing figurative abstract because my forms that you are finding are more figurative. You normally find human beings, figures in my paintings.
Okay.
Even though I depict some paintings in terms of human beings, sometimes instead of going to the realistic colors and color schemes and trying to, I like to go different in the expressionist way, where I use different color schemes for their skin. So I still term all those paintings as abstract. That's why I see figurative abstract paintings. So though I'm doing abstract, you find figures in it, and that is the difference between it and then the pure abstract.
Oh, okay. Now, on your left side, I could see some paintings over there. Can you please tell me a little bit about that painting?
Okay.
I see so many. You can take it. You can take
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So what we have here is an abstract paint,
Okay.
abstract paint pieces, and this is an oil-based work. I made this work from oil. Now, like I told you, I'm doing figurative abstract.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be realistic.
Okay.
I'm trying to express myself in a way. Now, I was inspired by the culture of the Maasai in Kenya. Now, I was trying to represent the Maasai on this page. Now, not necessarily being objective by rendering them in the real way which they are, but I'm trying to bring more like impressions of them. That is why you find the figures like very tall, very bold, and they are not fitting the correct proportion of how man look like. But still, you are still able to find out that they are human beings. And the color that I also use is for the culture of the Maasai, which they come in groups, they have strength. So I use the color red, like I told you, I use feelings in the word. The red to represent the strength of the group in terms of the Maasai. That is what I do. So this is an abstract piece where I'm trying to use the lifestyle at the same time the belief. So basically this is okay.
Down there too, there is. So this one is the abstract.
This one is a pure abstract because you don't find anything in it. But this is an unfinished piece.
Oh, okay.
I'm using it to create a background. Though it's a finished piece on its own to someone, some other artists, this is how they want to work. Because they want people to read meanings into the paintings, into the pigments there. But I want to put more into it. I'm just using it as a background. Yeah, so I'm going to put more figures in it. Like I'm saying, I meditate. I'm trying to meditate as to what and how to do it best.
Okay.
And when I do these things, when I rush to do paintings like this, I sometimes do the figures that I have. But when I meditate more on it, sometimes you realize I don't do much, or whatever I put into it really suits the work because I've taken it into meditation for a very long time.
Is it time consuming?
It is very time consuming because sometimes I can be thinking, brainstorming, meditating about one piece for long. Meanwhile, I started a piece very fast, but I'm still waiting for how to give it one little touch. Like I'm saying, they are my children. You are training them.
Of course.
Now, when you are training your children, you need to observe them and then guide them to take occupation or profession in their life.
Okay.
Now, you must study which direction where you guide them,
okay,
they are going to make a difference. That's how I see my paintings.
Okay.
So I studied for a very long. No, it needs this direction. You give it that touch and then realize it is wow, and people tend to appreciate it more. That is how I say it.
Is it difficult to be an artist in Ghana?
Yeah, it's difficult to be an artist in Ghana.
What are some of the challenges you go through as an artist?
Like we started, your family will bring you down. They're saying, what are you doing? Can you feed the family? Where this is not a profession. Whilst people want to be doctors, you want to be an artist. I mean, there are a lot of people who have been artists and they are not even able to take care of their families.
Okay.
And it's true. In every profession, some people make it and others struggle. Yes, so like I'm saying now, the art in Ghana, African art is getting the recognition it needs at the world market. It didn't used to be like that.
Okay.
So these are the things you are going to have challenge. And now we don't have the institutions to really bring you up. How people to mentor you. And then when people mentor you, they train you well. You won't be wasting more time before you come to find your path. So, and now the people to buy, when you are creating and people are buying, it inspires you more and you get more money to afford for the materials and then you paint more. Now the materials are very expensive. If you don't want to go for the expensive material, you are going to go for the fugitive materials, which when you create and then within a very short time, you realize the work gets destroyed.
And it's also spoil your reputation.
It always spoils your reputation. But for me, I always go with the high cost. I always go with the correct materials. So some of my paintings can stay. I stayed like 10 years, and you still see the colors to be still fresh.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
Yeah, no. I see them as my children.
Okay.
Now, when you are buying my paintings, you are actually using your toil, your hard-earned money.
Okay.
So you need a good stuff to keep it. Now, we have paintings of Leonardo da Vinci, which is more than 500 years old there. And people are still buying it. If I also want my paintings to last long as Leonardo da Vinci, I must buy the best stuff. And even now, the type of paints people are creating now is even way better than the ones Leonardo da Vinci and the rest were painting. So if I buy the good materials now, it means my paintings are going to live for 1,000 years. And when you're an artist, you don't die.
Okay.
Because your name keeps living. I want my name to be there to keep evolving. So I always go with the best of the material, so that when you afford it, it will serve you till the time where you are no more, and it will even still serve your next generation.
Man, I love what you said. When you're an artist, you don't die.
You don't die.
You live on.
You live.
How can people get in touch with you?
Okay, now I have 2 studios. One is in Accra, where we are shooting right now.
Okay.
In Greater Accra, La, for example, but normally people call it Labadi.
Okay.
I paint here. This is the studio I was painting before I went to school. Now you can locate me here. I'm not far from Labadi Pleasure Beach, and I'm also not far from, I'm in between Labadi Pleasure Beach and then Laboni Coffee Shop, but very close to Laboni Coffee Shop. So I also have another studio way in Winneba, the central region of Ghana.
Okay.
Because of my education, which I have a studio there where I paint when I'm in school. So normally you can reach me on my social media handles. Like Instagram, I sign my signature, which is Ernest Lomotey. You can reach me. When you message me, I'll respond. When you follow me, I'll follow back. And that is how you can reach me.
Your paintings expensive?
Yes, my paintings are expensive.
Okay.
But not that expensive.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
not that much expensive.
not that much.
They are affordable. I'm saying it's expensive because I know whichever money you are using to come and buy it, you didn't come at that money easily. So it's expensive. Even if it's $1, it is still expensive. Art is not for poor people. Art.
So, your paintings, where do you sell them? Where do you display them for people to purchase them? Is it online? Is it where? In Ghana?
Yeah, for the past 6 years being in school, people reach me online. Some galleries used to sell my paintings, like Golden Tulip. There used to be a gallery, Golden Tulip, in the airport residential area, where they sell my paintings. But right now, Golden Tulip is even no more. They've changed into Lancaster Hotel. So Golden Tulip used to sell my paintings. And now when you go to the Accra Cultural Center, they used to have my paintings there, but not anymore. Because of school, I'm having most of my paintings home, and then I sell online. Sometimes I sell the paintings that I post the paintings that are available.
Okay.
When you reach me online, I show you the stuff that I have, and then we take it from there. So now mostly, and I also organize exhibitions.
Okay.
So I have some upcoming exhibition coming.
Talk about your exhibitions, please.
Yeah, I've had some exhibition, major exhibition in 2016, 2017, 2019, and then even this Chalewote. I exhibit almost every year at Chalewote. So when you come to Chalewote every year, you have the chance to meet me. Okay. I'm also planning on another exhibition which is coming. I also want to participate in the Harlem African Arts Show in way back in Harlem. So maybe luckily I get a chance to exhibit over there. So thank you.
So what would be your advice to the young artists coming up, both in Ghana and anywhere in the world? Any advice?
Start early. Don't let them discourage you. Find your feet. Practice, practice, practice. No, talent and accompanied by passion is a gold mine. Don't leave it begging for copper. Polish, refine your gold industry. Keep painting and painting. I've been painting for the past 10 years. It's now that people are getting to know me, and then they will grow. People will get to know you. In the beginning, it will look like they will not come through. But in the end, they will come through. I use Van Gogh as an example. Van Gogh never sold a painting when he was alive, but he painted a few. Now that Van Gogh is done, people can't afford his paintings. So keep practicing. You are going to enjoy from it. You are not going to die. You are going to enjoy your paintings. So practice, and then Always use the right materials to create, because people will use their money that they worked for to buy it, so that they can always recommend you to people. That's it.
This is Ghana. This is Ghana. Amazing. Mwah.